everybody, Danielle from Rooted Studio in Platteville, Wisconsin, bringing you a Yin Flow sequence that's designed to have some play in our poses and yet a little bit of challenge, but don't let that scare you off. As always, everything I give you is a suggestion, and if something doesn't feel right for your body, then don't do it. And I'll give you modifications, of course, so you get to kind of pick your level of difficulty today. We're going to start standing. So come into a comfortable standing position with your feet about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Pick up your toes and ground down into the four corners of your feet. Feel where the big toe meets the sole of your foot. That's one corner. Follow that back to your heel. Feel that point of contact there. And then pinky toe, where that meets the sole of your foot, is the third corner. Follow that back to the edge of your foot. That's the fourth corner. With those four places in contact with the mat on each foot, set your toes back down, spread nice and wide. Pull up through your legs, turn your legs on, lengthen your torso. Take your shoulders away from your ears, slightly pinching back behind you. Your face itself is neutral, but feel like there's a string at the top of your head pulling you taller, palms facing forwards, and then close your eyes. Now in this position, it might feel a little awkward with all of that stuff turned on. See if you can breathe and create space in this pose where your body is at attention. You have to find the balance between being active yet relaxing into this. Make sure that your low ribs and stomach are not sticking forwards. Can you keep that drawn in towards your spine? As you inhale, imagine drawing up energy through your feet up towards the crown of your head. Inhale up energy. Exhale, release. One more nice big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Good. If your eyes are closed, let them come open. Let your body relax. So again, we had a lot of stuff turned on. Just let that relax, maybe shake it out a little bit. And we'll come up to the head of your mat if you're not already there. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, release. Bring your attention to your right foot. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Your heel is down, your foot is turned out at a 45-degree angle. Your body wants to open to the side, so take your body back to the short edge of your mat, maybe going a little bit wider so you can bend into your front knee. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Inhale, straighten your front knee. Exhale, bend. Repeat that. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Can you keep at least your shoulders pointing forwards? Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bend. In our warrior pose here, we'll come into a couple side stretches. So with your arms overhead, grab a steeple grip, pointer fingers pointing up towards the ceiling, body still facing forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tip to the left. You're probably not going to go too far. It's definitely different in warrior one than when we're standing. Inhale, center. Exhale the other way. breathing, shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, center. Release your hands and come into a low lunge, framing your foot. So hands come all the way down, heel, back heel picks up. Nice deep lunge here, front leg is at a 90-degree, heel is directly underneath your knee. Drop your hips. Take your back foot in a step. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Straighten your front knee and open out into warrior two. I'm going to turn around so my back isn't facing you. In warrior two, make sure that your back foot is turned in at a 90-degree. You're bending into your front knee. Body is mostly upright, looking over left middle finger. You can see big toe, second toe past your left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. This time on your inhale, reverse. Exhale to side angle pose. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. One more inhale. Exhale, side angle. Inhale back up to warrior two. Turn both toes forwards. Find a wide-legged forward fold. Find any movement you need to here. Letting your head hang, maybe shaking your head yes or no for release. And we'll find a couple circles here. So inhale, cartwheel your arms. Doesn't matter which direction you go. We'll go both ways. Exhale, release to the mat. Inhale, around. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, release. Go the other direction 3 times. Inhale, cartwheel. And release. Inhale. Release. Last one, inhale. Release back down into forward fold. Heel toe your feet in a step closer. Hands on your hips. Inhale, come on up. And shake it out. Step your feet together. I can already tell that my body heat is picking up. So make sure that if you feel your breath has kicked out of pace because some of that was hard work, then slow it down. We'll come into Tadasana up at the top of your mat to repeat on the other side. Finding Tadasana here first. Step back with your left foot. Coming into a nice big warrior one. Heel is turned in. Good. Body facing the short edge of your mat. We'll find a couple pulses here. Take your hands to your heart. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Find that steeple grip, arms overhead on your inhale. Exhale, tip to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tip to the right. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Good. Separate your hands, take your back toes and spin them forwards. Come down to low lunge. Double check, you've got a nice 90-degree, hips are sinking down. Just pause here and lunge and feel your lunge first. Take your back foot in a step. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. Open into warrior two. Should be looking over your right middle finger. Feeling nice and strong in this pose. Let's pulse here a couple times. Inhale, straighten. And sink. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Make sure your body is still facing the long edge of your mat. Reverse on your inhale. Exhale, side angle. Inhale. Exhale, side angle. One more. In. Exhale, side angle. Come back up to warrior two. Turn your toes forwards. Inhale, find length up. Bring your heels in so your toes are pointing out. Let your breath go. Inhale again. Exhale, sink down into goddess pose or horse pose if you want your hands at your heart. But imagine you're holding two trays. Nice wide sumo squat. Can you sink down here and really get into this pose? Feel it in your inner thighs. Breathe. Here we go. And an inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. One more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Come up to stand. Step your feet together. Up at the head of your mat. Inhale. Step back with your right foot, warrior one. Opening your body towards the short edge of your mat, arms overhead. We were already here once, so this should feel familiar. Take your hands to your heart, step your back foot in a step. We're coming into warrior three, which is like making a letter T with your body. On your next inhale, kick your back foot up. Trying to keep your hips squaring down towards the ground. You could extend your arms forwards or keep them at your heart. Good. On your inhale, take your heel to your glute. Exhale, extend. Two more. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, extend. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Set your foot down. Body facing the short edge of your mat. Step forwards. Come into neutral, maybe shake it out. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, step back. Square up your body. Inhale. Exhale. Step your back foot in a step. Woo! I'm already falling. Inhale. Exhale, tip. Again, option to extend your arms. Good, we'll do three, heel to glute here. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, extend. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, extend. One more, in. Exhale, extend. Bring your foot to meet the other. Stay here in this kind of awkward forward fold. Take your feet wide so your toes are off the mat, heels are on. Sink down through yogi squat, malasana. Open up your hips. So here I like to take my hands to my heart. Keep your chest lifted and open. Really push your knees wide. Maybe find a little movement. Is your breath deep and steady and even. And if your answer is no, get it there. Slow it down. Focus. Let's come into child's pose before moving on. Bringing your hands down, big toes together, knees wide, just like we were in Malasana. See if you can get your heels and glutes touching. If not, at least reaching. Arms forwards, forehead to mat. When you're ready, come up into tabletop. I'm already starting to get warm. All right, in tabletop, make sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. Let's begin to find a little bit of bird dog and really turn on your core. So sucking your belly up towards your spine, especially on your exhales. Think about if you had a plate or something on your back. You want to keep your hips level as we do this. So hips are nice and level. Exhaling, sucking your belly up towards your spine. Inhale, let that go. Exhale, belly to spine. Inhale, let that go. Exhale, belly to spine. Right leg goes back, left arm goes forwards. Keep breathing. Are your hips steady and even? Really reach through your hands and your foot and come back to center. Reset your hips if needed. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine, opposite arm, opposite leg. Nice and tight. Reach as long, hips are square. And come back down. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Squeezing everything. Inhale. Exhale, keep your foot where it is. Take your hand down. Now your right toes, drop them off to the left side of your mat and look back towards your foot. This should give you a nice stretch down your right side, and if you can't feel it, move around a little bit until you do. Might have to draw your right shoulder more forwards. You might need to look more back towards your foot. Get a nice stretch here. Come back to center, extending your right leg, and then set it down. Opposite side, inhale first. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Right hand down, left leg stays. Take your toes off your mat on the right side. Look back towards your leg. Find the stretch if you can't feel it down your left side. Move so that you do. Come back to center, extend your left leg, get square, and then bring your foot back down. Good. From here, we'll come into plank. So lifting up and through. On your exhale, draw your belly button to your spine. Right hand to the middle of your mat, rotate open to side plank. Option to drop your knee if you need a little more support, but maybe you can keep both legs extended. Come down to plank and then down dog. Beautiful. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Extend your right leg into the air and bring your knee to your nose on your exhale. Extend on your inhale. Right knee, right elbow. Extend. Right knee, left elbow. Extend. Set your foot back down. Come back to plank. Plank on the opposite side. Left hand into the center. Roll open, side plank. I'm shaking like crazy. Come back down, down dog. Left leg extends. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Knee to left elbow. Inhale. Knee to right elbow. Inhale up. Extend your leg down. Take little baby steps, coming into a forward fold. Tiny, tiny, tiny slow steps. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Let your head hang. Catch your breath. Inhale up. Good. Feet are hip distance apart. Arms reaching up. Bring your palms together. Inhale. Exhale, sink down to chair with your palms together. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. Modification would be hands at heart. Inhale up. Exhale, take your left elbow to your right knee. Inhale up. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale up. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale up. Opposite way. Inhale up. Pick up the pace. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more each side. Inhale back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Catch your breath. Exhale. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Toes pointing off, heels on. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sink down Malasana. And it's okay if your Malasana is up here. Inhale up. Separate your hands. Exhale, contract. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. In. Exhale. Come up to stand. Step your feet together. Hands at your heart center. Close your eyes. Feel your heart has its rate picked up. Feel your breath. It should feel really good to breathe deeply. Feel your energy. It should be fired up. Your body should be ready to go. Make the commitment right here to honor your body where it's at today. As I stated earlier, knowing that you can choose what it is you do or don't do. Maybe pushing yourself just a little bit past your comfort zone, because sometimes that's a good challenge to take. But being mindful of any injury that your body may have, old, recent, and honoring your body where it's at today. Take a deep belly breath. Let it go. Open up your eyes. Let your hands fall. Come into a down dog, however you'd like to get there. So So first, just take some time getting into your down dog, bending your knees as much as you need to, pedaling it out, whatever it is you need to do here. We're gonna have a little fun. What I want you to do is practice some kicks in down dog. So while your hands are planted, pick up your right leg, bring your knee into your nose, and on your exhale, kick your leg back and get a little jump. Yeah, inhale in, exhale, jump. Inhale in, exhale, jump. Inhale in, exhale, jump. One more, in, exhale. Set down your foot, come into plank. Drop your knees, untuck your toes. Do 5 tricep push-ups, keeping your elbows tight to your body. Maybe you can do this without dropping to your knees. Make it mindful. 1, 2, 3, elbows tight to your body. 4, 5, bring down your hips, elbows underneath your shoulders, coming into Sphinx. Pick up your left foot and set it back down. Just get your thigh off the ground. Right foot, back down. Bring your big toes together. Push the tops of your feet into the mat. Catch your breath. Dig your hands in to the mat. Pull your body forwards. Use the stickiness of your mat to hold you back. So I'm doing it, and you might not see it, but I can feel it because my hips are sticking to the mat, and I'm creating length in my spine. If you need a little bit more, bend your knees. If your knees are bent, straighten your legs, push back down dog. Opposite side, left leg up, exhale in, inhale, exhale, kick back, jump. 4 more. When you finish, bring down your foot, come into plank. Hold your plank. Belly to your spine. Drop down your knees, untuck your toes. Lower down as slow as you can. Elbows tight, tight, tight. Come into Sphinx. Left foot off, right foot off. Big toes together. Push through the tops of your feet. Push down and pull forwards with your hands. Breathe. Lower down, bring your hands behind you. Push back, embryo. Knees together, big toes together, palms face up, arms along your sides. Let your shoulders roll down towards the mat. Take one more big breath in and let it go. Come up to stand. And if you have a nice big open wall, you're going to want to use that next. We're going to work kicking up into handstand. Like I said, today is a little bit of a challenge. So maybe give yourself the freedom to just try it today, even if it sounds a little scary, but don't do something that your body can't handle. If you don't have a free wall, you can just do the down dog kicks like we just did as an option. I'm going to change my camera angle so you have a better view of what's going on, and then we'll get right into it. Handstand at the wall can be a little scary, but it's also a lot of fun and really freeing, especially that first time you get up into it and it's like, oh my gosh, I did it. So if you know how to do handstand at the wall, feel free to head straight up into there. And if you don't have a wall, just work on some of those down dog kicks or skip this part entirely. I'm going to walk you through how to get up into handstand on the wall. And again, feel free to do your own thing if this isn't quite your jam. I took my mat and I just scooted it up against the wall. Mine tends to slide a little bit on this floor. And so it's right up against there. I don't need it the long way. I just need it for some hand grip. You can start with whichever foot forwards. However, I do recommend practicing this with both feet. So left foot forward sometimes, right foot forwards other times, because like anything else, we tend to have a dominant side that we favor. Some things I'm going to talk about before I get there, because I did this once already and I'm already out of breath. It's kind of hard to talk when I'm in that pose. You want to make sure that your fingers are nice and spread wide and you're really pushing evenly through your fingers when you're there. You also want to make sure that your shoulders don't scrunch up. You keep length between your shoulders and your ears. The last thing is when my feet end up on the wall, you can see that I am keeping my butt away from the wall. It would be really easy to rest my butt and legs all the way up, but that's not proper alignment. You want to imagine your spine being in a straight line. So for me, I'm going to be at a little bit of an angle with my feet up here and my hands slightly away from the wall. To get into this, maybe if this is your first time, you just practice kicking. Maybe you don't even get into handstand today, and that's totally okay. If you have a really loose shirt, just be aware that it might flip on you, so maybe you want to tuck your shirt in. And if you want to just watch and then go back and try this again later, you can do that too. So you want to start with whichever foot forwards that you're going to be comfortable on if you haven't done this before. Plant your hands. I'm about a hand distance away from the wall, so my head won't smash into the wall. My left foot is forwards. And I'm just going to practice kicking my right leg up a little bit at a time, just so I can see how my hand placement is, how my head placement is, and then adjust if needed. Now, I'm going to start kicking a little bit higher and higher until I get my heels against the wall. Again, I'm not going to talk much because it's going to make me out of breath. When I come out, I'm going to make sure that I stop and either rest on the ground or with my head against the wall, because if you come out too quickly, you're going to get a little dizzy and we don't want anybody to pass out. So trying this at your own risk, remembering to honor your body and where it's at today. Decide which foot is forwards, plant your hands, and start doing your little kicks. Maybe going a little bit higher. Here we go. I'm going to try and get all the way up. Spreading my fingers, butt away from the wall. Shoulders away from ears. If you want to challenge, try and take your heels away from the wall. I'm here for 3, 2, 1. Coming down. I'm going to drop my knees and take my forehead down immediately. Whew. That'll get your heart rate up. When you're ready, coming back up. If that bothers your wrists, shake out your wrists. I'm going to try this one more time on the other leg, which is a lot harder for me. I really prefer going with my left leg forwards, but balance, right? So I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way up or not. We'll see. And if you're done, maybe just doing some down dog kicks or hanging out in a child's pose and resting and relaxing, or maybe giving it another go. So for me, right leg is forwards, hands down, starting to kick up my left leg. I'm going to tuck in my shirt because I can feel that it's starting to go. This is infinitely harder on this side for me. Here we go. I'm gonna try to get all the way up. Seeing if I can balance. Oh, I'm coming down. Take your forehead down to the mat when you make your way down. Coming up when you are ready. That's no joke. Good job. I'm going to move my mat away from the wall a little bit. I'm going to change my camera angle. So take as much time as you need in child's pose, or if you want to come up and stretch anything out, feel free. And then I'll meet you sitting on your mat. Once you're ready, hopefully you've caught your breath. If not, pause this video. Take some more time. Honor your body and where it's at. If you are ready, we'll come onto your back. Bring your heels close to your glutes, a little bit more than hip distance apart. Tuck your shoulders under. We'll find a dynamic bridge, moving our arms with us as we go. So first, let's just start with a regular bridge. Take an inhale. Exhale, push up your hips. Reach through your knees. Flatten your neck against the mat. Tuck your shoulders under a little bit more if needed. Maybe you can clasp your hands underneath your back. If you have an interlace, let it go. Take your hips back down. There's something in my eye from the handstands, I don't know. We're going to inhale and take our arms overhead as we lift our hips. Now what I want you to do is coordinate this with your breath. So I want your thumbs to touch when your inhale ends. And then when you exhale and bring your hands and butt back down, touch the pinkies at the end of your exhale. So you might go at a different pace than me, and that's perfectly okay. It should be slow and it should be steady. Inhale, lift. Thumbs touch when your inhale is done. Exhale, release. Pinkies touch when your exhale is done. Continue to your own pace. Keep your neck flat and long against the mat. Do one more, and then just come to rest on your mat with your arms by your sides when you are done. Maybe letting your knees drop a little bit side to side. Next, we're coming into plow pose. If you have never attempted plow pose before, I don't recommend doing it with a video. I recommend you doing this in person with somebody. However, if you are familiar with plow pose, feel free to take it. So for plow, I'll show you in case you don't know what plow is just from hearing that name. You'll take your feet overhead and your arms can rest, your hands can rest on your back. What's important here is that your back is long and flat. I'm going to roll out of it for a sec. So you have that nice vertical length in your spine. And then also I started to turn my head to the left and I could automatically feel that no, that's not something you're supposed to do, which because I was talking, I wasn't even thinking about it. But when you're in plow pose, your neck is in a really crucial position with a lot of weight put on it. So make sure that you don't look left or right at that point. If you can't get your toes to touch the ground, you can always place a chair behind you or use the wall and take your feet to the wall. If you would like to come into plow pose, feel free to find that when you are ready. Rolling with your legs extended, walking up onto your forearms. Sorry, not your forearms, your upper arms. Your hands resting on your back. Neck is long and flat. Maybe you want to take deaf man's pose and bend your knees, putting your knees by your ears. If anything feels uncomfortable in your neck, make sure you get out. Keep your elbows reaching in towards each other. If you are in deaf man's pose, come back into plow. With your hands resting on your back, take your hands off your back, set them down on the mat, and then take them overhead, reaching for your feet. Maybe grabbing your toes and extending your legs a little bit more. And then roll down slowly, one vertebrae at a time, coming back onto your back. Nice and slow, protecting your neck. Slow, 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 slow. Extending nice and long in both directions. And then bringing your knees into your chest, maybe interlacing your hands, pulling your knees in closer, rocking and rolling a bit side to side. Extend your right leg long, keep your left leg drawn in. Really push down into your right leg, heel to the wall, pull your left knee up towards your armpit. Keep your right leg reaching down. Grab for the outside of your left foot. Send your foot up towards the ceiling. Half happy baby. Pulling your knee out to the side and down. I like to take my right hand on my right thigh to remind myself to push down to get a little more length. Option to stay here, or maybe take peace fingers between your big toe and second toe and extend your leg long. You can bend your knee here. So notice for me, this pulls my shoulder off the ground, which right now I'm okay with that. Sometimes we do this with a strap where we keep your shoulders down. But right now, this feels really good in the back of my leg. I'm not overstretching my shoulder. I'm okay with my shoulder rolling off a bit. And then extend your left leg down next to your right, nice and slow, taking your time. And once it touches down, draw your right knee in and just interlace fingers first, pulling your knee up towards your armpit. And then working into half happy baby, grabbing hold of the outside of your foot, maybe taking your hand onto your left thigh to remind you to keep that leg active, pulling your knee on the right side up towards your armpit. And maybe staying here, or maybe using peace fingers around your big toe, straightening your leg up. Letting that go and slowly releasing right leg down next to left leg. That was not very slow for me at all. And then draw both knees in, coming into full happy baby, maybe rolling a little bit side to side. I like to take my thumbs and go between each of my toes just to get a little bit of a massage through my feet, creating a little more space, maybe bringing your feet in towards each other, pushing your knees away. extending both legs up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can reach your toes here. I'm just going to grab by my calf muscles, pushing my knees towards the back wall. This is a really difficult stretch for me, so I actually am going to bend my legs a little bit to add a little release because my hamstrings are pretty tight otherwise. I am still feeling this, by the way. I'm shaking a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Now we're going to release both legs down to the ground really nice and slow. You might need to take your hands and slide them underneath your glutes for a little bit of support, but go as slow as you can. Make it painful in a good way. And then once you're here, prepare yourself for your final Shavasana, finding whatever it is that you need to settle in fully. That was a lot of hard work, so really nice job. No matter what level you took today, whether you got up to the wall or not, just taking a little bit of a step into something a little more challenging, that's huge. And you deserve a good relaxation after that. When you are in your Shavasana, really let your feet just roll out to the outsides. Palms maybe face up, maybe face down, maybe resting on your belly. Maybe rolling your shoulders underneath just a little bit. Closing your eyes. On your next inhale, let your belly fill and rise up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, draw your belly to your spine. Do 2 more, just like that. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. And then relax. Letting yourself sink more deeply into your mat. Feeling all of that energy that you built in this practice just even out throughout your body, dissipate fully between every limb, from fingertips to toes. Continue to focus on your breath, taking a few quiet breaths to yourself in your own space. Lengthen your inhale. Lengthen your exhale. Begin to draw some movement into your body. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes, or your hips or ankles and wrists. And then draw your knees up towards the ceiling. Hips and glutes are close. Roll onto whatever side is more comfortable for you in a fetal position. Pausing here. My stomach is making such loud noises. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but if you're hearing odd stuff, I'm just hungry right now. one more breath in. Exhaling, releasing. Coming back up to seated. Walking your hips gently back. Resting your hands on your knees or wherever it's comfortable. Find that string at the crown of your head, pulling you up to a tall seat. Three breaths here. Inhale your arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale through center. Inhale overhead, palms touch. Exhale through center. Last time, inhale overhead. Exhale through center. Acknowledging all the hard work that you did today. Acknowledging the honoring of your body and where it's at today. Acknowledging the fact that you gave yourself space in your day for you. And that is so important. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.